Good morning, team. If you only train at a gym with gym equipment, barbells, dumbbells, God forbid, machines, you're going to be limited in your capacity, especially when you step outside into the real world. If you're not lifting things that are awkward and different, then you're going to be limited. So today we're picking up a sandbag and we're doing some real world work so that your fitness applies when you get outside of the gym. Before we move our body, though, we're going to choose our first thoughts of the day, and we do it every morning at 5 a.m. so that we set our intention for a positive, productive day. Let's go for it. So what you're going to do, just find yourself a little bit of space where you can sit down in what we call our paleo squat or paleo chair. Grab yourself a counterbalance if you feel like you're going to fall backwards in this position. And try to relax into it. We're going to spend about 2 minutes here doing a little box breathing and what we call our mental reps to start our day intentionally. So it'll be a 4-second inhale, a 4-second pause at the top, 4-second exhale, and a 4-second pause at the bottom. And we'll do about 4 rounds. So just think about slowing down the breath. We'll exhale and we'll start on an inhale. Go ahead. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I am responsible for my reactions, my responses. Inhale. Hold. I will make time between stimulus and response. Inhale. I missed something there. Or exhale. Let's go ahead and hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I will make time between stimulus and response. Screw that up. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I have all I need to succeed today, and I will focus on progress over perfection. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I choose gratitude. Inhale. Look at that perfect example of progress over perfection. All right. So now that we have moved our mind, opened the hips a little bit, it is time to move the body. Good morning, team. Good morning, Job. Good morning, Talia. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, Yaroslav, Jason, and Ryan. Fantastic. Got a great workout today for you. But first, 2 minutes of burpees. You're just looking to get down on the floor, get back up, however feels good. You can walk it down, walk it up. Or if you want, or as you start to warm up, you can start hopping it back up, but up to you, right? Just move, just aiming to get the blood flowing here before we work with some intensity. There's a little bit of blood left on the ground yesterday from that Echo bike pedal hitting my foot, but we're back at it. Even if we're feeling a little bit stiff today, the warm-up is our entry into this workout, our wake-up call, our come back to life. So take the warm-up seriously, and we'll have a great start to our workout. Today, we are changing our Sandbag Saturday format a little bit, and instead of carrying that sandbag for 20 or 25 minutes while we discuss a topic, we're going to move it around a little bit more today. A little higher intensity, a little more functional capacity today. for real life. So, a little more burpees here, and we'll get to our general warm-up, get the body prepped, and then some good intensity with the sandbag today. Start your Saturday on the right foot. Another 30 seconds. Finding your pace, starting to speed it up if you feel so inclined. Get down, get up. All right. So next stage, we're just gonna do some hip flexor work. I'm actually just gonna alternate this morning. Just a nice standing march, aiming to keep the standing leg straight as opposed to something that looks like this. Torso tall, basically only bring the knee up as high as you can without letting the pelvis shoot forward. You can even maintain a hand on the back to feel, am I maintaining a neutral spine, or am I creating some flexion there by letting the pelvis chase the femur, we'll call it. Okay, from there, feet underneath the hips. We're gonna go with the good morning, so just send the hips back, find that hamstring tension, stand, squeeze the butt, the top. Don't have to push the range of motion, just feel some tension, and then stand. Morning burpees routine has made my blood pressure and a strength and fun last week's WOD, a little celebration at the top. I like it. Burpees are pretty important. If you can't get off the ground, who cares what you can lift, right? Get a couple more there, and then we'll stand on one foot like we're at the circus. Okay, so next one, just take one foot off the floor, and we're just gonna do a little bit of hip prep by dropping down the non-standing hip and then pressing it up. Dropping it down, pressing it up by pressing into the floor with the standing leg. Let's get 10 reps there. Turning on a little bit of hip stability, ankle, foot, all of it. It burns, switch it up. Once you get that, it's starting to burn sensation, which is the goal. Not on the med ball, Maple. Maple. You being good? Good girl. A couple more there. And then we'll get into our lunge. All right, so from there, take a nice long step back such that when you come down to the floor, when you drop the hip straight down, that back knee kisses, and then the front shin stays nice and vertical. What I don't want to do is take a short step and end up somewhere here where I can't plant that front foot. I want a long enough step that I can drive evenly through both legs to get out of that thing. So we'll get 10 or so there. Starting to get the blood flowing in the legs for our squats. This is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, 2 more here, and then we'll do our thread the needle for the thoracic spine opener. What you're looking at here is set yourself up on all fours, and then we're going to take one hand off the ground, sweep it underneath between the other hand and the knees, trying to take your shoulder to the floor, get a little twist in there, and then unwind, take that hand towards the ceiling, and then repeat. Maybe 5 per side. We're just telling the body it's time to start moving here. Time to wake up. Time to get ready for work. And when I say work, obviously I mean physical work, not your job. All right, switch arms. Ooh. Oh, I'm still so tight from those ring dips. We need to do those more often, obviously. I'm still recovering. Crazy. Just goes to show when you don't train something, there's a hole there. There's weakness, incapacity. When you find something that you struggle with, don't avoid it. Spend more time on it. All right, and then last one of the first round is going to be our air squats. Thinking about feet underneath the shoulders, sending the hips back and down, ideally till the hip ends up below the level of the knee, keeping the torso nice and tall. I like the arms out in front as a counterbalance, allows you to stay upright. A few more there. Maple. And then we'll get into our second round here. A little bit of extra range of motion on our knee raise. You could even, let's keep the kind of walking motion, alternating motion. So we're just going knee out in front and then out to the side. Alternating knees, changing it up a little bit today. And then we'll bring them in next. So instead of coming out in front, you're gonna come out from the side, like you're stepping over, I don't know, hurdles, coming out from the side and then out in front. That's good. And then next we'll go with our staggered stance, good morning. So lining up the toes of one foot with the heel of the other. And then just like our regular good morning, you're basically aiming to straighten out that front leg, feel the hamstring on the front leg, and then stand, squeeze the butt. Right, better not be 200 squats again. It's not. Yep, ski, shoulder, wobbles, dips, stabilization poor. Yeah, for me, it's not necessarily about the stabilization, it's just haven't been doing ring dips enough, I guess. I just feel the muscles of the chest there that I would use for that dip are just more sore than, say I had done push-ups or something else in that line. I'm in New Jersey for Herdfest. Brought my 25-pound slam ball. You're hardcore. Yeah, I think I saw a little video that Joseph had reposted of the venue. Looks pretty good. It should be a fun competition to watch. Okay, from there we're gonna go with our single leg, call it golfer's deadlift. So you're just thinking about hinging over, keeping that back leg, keeping the non-standing leg behind you. Whatever range of motion works for you. I like to keep the non-standing leg off the floor the whole time just to get a little more balance work in there as well. Jody, are the people that you're staying with going to join us? I think I know the answer to that, but worth a try, right? I'm assuming you're there tomorrow morning as well. They could do active recovery with us. And also, do you know if Herdfest is going to be streamed anywhere? Can we watch that online, or what's that like? Oh, it's just today, isn't it? Right? It's just a one-day competition. I remember, was it John talking about that he doesn't like multiple-day competitions. So are you back home tomorrow, or are you there tomorrow morning as well? Okay. From there, we're going to get into our Spider-Man lunge. So come on into a plank. Take one foot outside the hands. I like to keep the other knee off the ground and either get some circles. You can go back and forth, straightening out that front leg. You can go side to side. Wherever it's tight, hang out there a little bit. Find those spots that feel limiting and be there, right? That's kind of the theme here today, is that if you've got a weakness, don't avoid it. If you've got something that challenges you, don't avoid it. Lean into it, because that's where growth happens, and that's where the most opportunity for growth lies, very likely. Right? If I've got, if we're talking about fitness, specifically, if there's a skill that I don't have and I avoid it, that's going to be the limiting factor in my fitness. Whereas if I do start working on it, that's going to be where the most room for improvement in my overall fitness is. So by attacking that weakness, I bring up my overall fitness more than any other training could, right? As opposed to training something I'm really good at, the room for improvement is so much smaller and incremental versus something that, maybe you have no experience with, or at least low capacity with relative to other skills. Then once you put in a little bit of time there, it comes up so much faster, right? You get those beginner gains, call it. All there in bed. They have a great, healthy lifestyle and Saturday routine. They appreciate my early exercise routine, but have class at 8. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's come on out of here. We'll get one, Maple, what are you doing? We're just going to get a little bit of shoulder opening in the form of some T's and Y's from a prone position. So what you're going to do, bring the arms out into like a 90-90, and we're just going to lift as high as you can, basically lifting the elbow up. You see that? There we go. You get 10 of those. Just basically working against the chest here a little bit. And then once you've got 10 of those, we're going to go into a press, basically taking the arms straight overhead, thumbs to the shoulders, back overhead. Let's get 10 there. Just taking us out of that like head down, looking at a computer or looking at a screen position, opening up, mainly for me. Okay, and then from there, whoops, go ahead and hop up. We'll get our second set of air squats. And then we'll, no, you dog, just play with your toys, please. Don't destroy everything. All right, and then second set of air squats. Remember, feet about shoulder width. No, hey. All right. She's eating the med ball. Okay, a couple more air squats. Excuse the distractions. Sorry about that. Like you're killing my warm-up, dog. All right, let's talk about today's workout. Let's see, still progressing, ring dips, just started lockout holds, nice. Eccentric lowers this week. Progression, not perfect, that's fantastic, man. Apologies all but chatty, great workout week for me. Lots of progress, awesome. Hey, never apologize for being in the chat. Okay, here we go. So, we've got a 15-minute EMOM today, 3 movements, meaning we're gonna roll through 5 sets of each. Let's talk about them here. I'm gonna demo with the med ball that she's trying to eat. It's also pretty sticky because it's got duct tape on it, but all right, 3 movements here today. One is just a hold, but 2 movements plus a hold. Hey, stop it. So 15 minutes here, and we're going to rotate through 5 sets of each of this. The first one is going to be your sandbag clean. And let's just say if you don't have a sandbag, right? If you don't have a medicine ball or a sandbag, or as Jody says, a slam ball, you can think about using, say if you had a bumper plate, that works. What I want to try to do something that's not a dumbbell or a barbell today. So even if it was a kettlebell, but you're gonna grab it, not like a normal kettlebell, doing something like this, and then your squat's just a little more awkward, I'm okay with that. I just want to avoid holding these things in their kind of traditional gym way. So it could be a backpack full of books. It could be, a heavy punching bag, something that's awkward, that's not dumbbell or barbell. So what you're looking at for the cleans is get yourself underneath it, bring it to the hips, and then drive with the hips. Ideally, bring it up to the shoulder to the point where you could take a hand off of it. I'm gonna go touch and go, stand it up, bring it to the hips, and then drive. If it's heavy enough, you probably have to wrap the arms, right? So bring it up to the hips, wrap the arms, and then drive. Roll it up, for me at least. And then the third minute, and this one hopefully will hold for the whole minute, you're just gonna carry that thing around, either on the shoulder or a bear hug. I mean, anything that we normally do on a Saturday. You could do the old lap it, but that's the idea. So the squats and the cleans, you know, maybe take 20 to 30 seconds, and then the hold or carry, ideally you're gonna do for basically the whole minute. So there will be some rest in there. We're gonna see. I might try to increase the reps as I go. But what you wanna do is test that out and then choose some numbers in terms of reps that you think are realistic. I always like to kind of start with something that I know I can hit and then increase if I can, or just hang on depending on how it feels. So let's take a minute here, set that up. We're not starting right away. Whoops, I got that wrong. 15. Okay. So let's get that set up. All right, let's see here. Easier movement, I said yesterday, then rebound, cough, lifts. First position, slowly go up to calf, lifts. Then put your heels down as a rebound, strengthen the bones and lymphatic system. I'll have to see maybe a video or something about that. Thanks, coach, and 5 a.m.ers this week. Massive mental focus and physical development. Fantastic. Awesome RM. I'm at 89, I think. Amazing. All right. You know what? Let me just do one. Make sure you've warmed this up. Hit the thumbs up button if you're already ready to go. And I'm just going to test this out at least once. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's not how I'm going to squat. Yeah, that's definitely how I'm going to do the squats. Okay. Well, let's just say good thing I tested that out, because the squat with the sandbag on the shoulder, whoa, is unrealistic for me. Okay. All right, team. Jason, you still there? Yaroslav, Job, where are we at? Ready to go? Let's do it. Stop it, Maple. Let's get these tunes, both first and second position. You're gonna have to show me a video or something, Talia. Maple, no. All right. Let's do this, team. C'est le temps. Okay, so once again, minute, 1, 4, 7, 10, 12, 11, you get it, are gonna be sandbag cleans. Second one, sandbag squats. Third one, carries. 5 sets. Get a sip of water here. Am I procrastinating? 5:25. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, team, let's do this. 10 seconds. Sandbag cleans first. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Lay me, boy. You're in the way, dog. 20 kilo sandbag still feels rough. Yeah, good point. If you have something that feels too light, just do more reps. So instead of 5, You know, you could do 10 cleans, 10 squats, whatever. Stop it. Just stay off while I'm working out, please. 10 seconds. Squats are next. No. 5, 3, 2, 1. Start with 7 there. Maple, can you stop? Whew. Jason borrowed D-ball from Kendra's gym. Nice. Love it. Try those touch and go, Jason, with the cleans. 10 seconds. Jeez, it's already real. 5, 3, 2, 1. I'm probably gonna aim to, you know, maybe 25 seconds on one side and then switch sides. Stop it. That's 25. Stop.
Fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, nah, likely. I'll be taking shots.
It's 25 again. 10. That transition's gonna be rough. 3, 2, 1. Cleans. No. Oh, dog. Not sure if I got 5 there or not. $15. Squats next. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stuff faster than any crypto history that we spend. Everything that you see, I invent. And it's only 50%. I'm gonna take shots if I miss off. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking shots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, I'm sweating. I never back up. There's 8.
I'm always learning. You could call me academic. I'm always working. Never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison. Need some antiseptic.
It's first third down. $10. Back on the carry. 5, 3, 2, 1. No. 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 It's 20. $30. $40. 50. 2 down. 3 to go. 3, 2, cleans next. Go. Six there. Squats next. 10. Morning, Megan. You want a herd fest too? 3, 2, 1. Squats. It's good, but I'm only using my 10 kilo ball. That's good. Still good, Talia. Just do more reps if you need. Morning, Jabes. 20 seconds. Carries next. Stop it. Stop it. No. 5, 3, 2, 1. Carry. Sandbag's getting pretty sweaty. 2 more rounds after this, team. Megan, you got a sandbag this morning? Jabes, you working out? 25. All right. That's 50. 2 more rounds, team. Cleans are next. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. 20 seconds. Squats are next. 10. 3, 2, 1. Thirty seconds. Then we're carrying.
Okay, I'm going on every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit.
15 seconds.
Getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock.
10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Walk around a little bit. Keep moving. 25. 30. 40. 50. One more round here, team. Cleans are next. 3, 2, 1. Last set of cleans. $15. Squats next. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. I've been rocking this exchange popping off things gonna make a name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. Just a carry left. $20 seconds. 10. Last carry, let's go the whole minute. 3, 2, 1. Good job, team. Keep it up. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss off, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always staying tall. 30. Never back up. I miss a thing on always learning. You could call me academic. I'm always working. Never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison. Need some antiseptic. 20 seconds left. Hang on. 10. 3, 2, 1. Time. Great work, team. Holy crap. Walk around, catch your breath. Oh, give yourself a pat on the back. Sheesh. Only 4 of you watching. Where is everybody? Where'd you guys go? Try to stay on the stream when we're here. Help YouTube. If you click in and out, you're telling YouTube you don't like it. Holy shiz, you got it, Jody. Oh man. Breathe. We're gonna do a little cool down here, and then we'll chat about goals, chat about progress. Holy moly. Oh, forgot to bring a ponytail holder. I can only imagine it getting like stuck underneath the sandbag. All that. Oh, hey. All right. Let's start cooling down a little bit here. Whew. Job, do you put your hair back at all? If he's here. Okay, so gentle, active recovery day for me. Turned pretty dark workout instead. That's good. Tomorrow's active recovery for us, Ryan, if you want to hop in with that. It'll be just basically moving your body around. Some animal positions. Hey, Doug. Okay. Whew. Megan says, Jody, I got one if you need it. A little light, but helpful, hey? Okay. Let's get into a stretch here. Okay, Maple, thanks. So we did a lot of hip hinging, squatting. Let's do this. Let's go couch stretch today. Open up the hip flexors a little bit. So if you got a mat or even just like a sweatshirt or a towel that you can roll up, put that on the floor against the wall. Or if you're feeling a little tight, bring it away from the wall. You can't see that. And then what we're gonna do is you're gonna put your knee on the mat, shin up the wall, and then step out front with the opposite leg. And you wanna think about pushing that hip down and forward to get a stretch in the hip flexor. And we'll hang out there for a minute, at least. Oh, let's see here. Megan says, going to finish a little workout. Jody, see you soon. Talk to everyone else soon. Megan, where are you at right now? So are you staying at a hotel or a hotel gym, or what do you have access to? Jody says, I might have one under the floor mats in my car. I'm so used to having everything I need in my gym, right? It's so crazy once, even just that day that on, what was it, Remembrance Day when Job was doing his thing and I did our session at the gym, I felt so, discombobulated. I felt so out of order because I didn't know where my stuff was. I didn't know where the cameras went. And so I get you, Jody. Our home spaces are where we feel most comfortable and set and ready. It's very true. Jabes, shirtless, in shorts, and barefoot is a great look. It's great, sure, you can call it a great look, but I would just call it functional. The lack of shirt is because it gets pretty warm in here. The lack of shoes is because I don't believe in shoes. Not that I don't believe in shoes, but there is a lot of value in not wearing shoes for building stability and strength in your feet. And the more you wear shoes, the more your feet lose that capacity. So the more you can do things, especially things like this exercise-wise without shoes, the more you can increase the, as I said, stability, strength, capacity of your actual feet muscles. So, Jason, Yaroslav, Job, you guys still there? Where are you at? Adam, you sweat a lot, man. Yeah, Jabes, that's called temperature regulation, right? Our body sweats because it's heating and it wants to maintain homeostasis. It wants to maintain it. Maple, no, hey, stop that. Those are ring straps. It wants to maintain a certain temperature because our body really only works within a pretty small band of temperature. That's why when you get a fever, it's only like a couple degrees over your regular body temperature. So this is my body cooling itself, right? The more you sweat, hey, the more you can cool yourself while you are heating. So I take this as a good thing. And then Maple thinks it's delicious too. So she's She likes the sweat as well. Ryan says maybe not moving tomorrow. No, tomorrow's going to be nice and easy. It's just our recovery day. So you should definitely join us. I haven't fully planned it, but generally, like a little bit of, maybe a little machine work, maybe a little bit of hang, some bear crawl or crab walk. We're just going to move around. Nothing crazy intense. Just get the blood flowing and move the body around a little bit. All right, switch sides if you haven't already. There's a good puddle forming on the floor here. Maple. That's dog. Too much. All right, switch sides. Remember thinking about sending that hip forward, which would be this one here, pushing it down and forward. I'm doing good, Jody. I'm good. Bad girl, Maple. Oh man, she was I actually shoved her out of the way once because on those cleans, she was basically right underneath me. And when I would bring the sandbag down, my head would be hitting her toy. So I had to shove you a little bit, Maple. I know you want to be part of this, but sometimes it's too much. Too much. Job, yes sir, solid work. Good job, man. Did you use a sandbag, or are you at the gym or are you at home? Where are you at? Jody, I love footless. May never go back to a box, even if I found a good one. Yeah, it's funny. I'd be curious to see how many gyms would have issue with barefootedness, because I always do that. But I'm always looked at funny. I'm pretty good friends with the owners of CrossFit NCR here in Ottawa. I actually considered opening a gym with one of them before either one of our gyms opened. And he still finds it strange when I come in and work out barefoot, even at our own gym. So yeah, you'd have to find a culture that would they would understand that. It's funny. I always explain it to them like, this is CrossFit. Like if we're talking about functional movements, like you gotta have functional feet. You gotta have strong feet. So it's funny that some of them kind of aren't necessarily on that like natural page. Same idea as kind of what we're talking about today with the functional movement that's that comes from, or the functional capacity that comes from an odd object like the sandbag versus a barbell, right? It's kind of like a barbell is like wearing shoes and a sandbag is like barefoot. It's a little more natural. It's a little more real life, maybe even a little more functional. Call it what you want. But if you always wear shoes, it always blows my mind when people either come over or you go to someone's house and they wear shoes indoors. I'm going to go there and say it's kind of like wearing a mask. A mask in general, but a mask outside. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is the point of that? Like, you're just hindering your ability to breathe or hindering your feet's ability, I don't know how to say, foot, plural, feet's ability to support themselves and, be functional. Like if you've got bunions, if you've got, your toes stick together, you got flat feet, that's not genetic. Like, yes, there may be a genetic predisposition, but most of that is training. Most of that is how have you supported your feet's ability to maintain an arch and be stable. So, I love the last wall stretch. Yeah, it's a good one, eh? Talia, I'll definitely be here tomorrow. Another good start to the day. Thank you. Awesome job, Talia. Job, I'm at work. Did push-ups, step-ups, and plank for 30 seconds of work of each. You're going to have to try this workout at some point, Job. I think you'd like that. It was rough. Did you hear someone heckling Sevon for not being an actual CrossFit box member paying a fee? I did not. When was that on one of his shows, Jody? Job, you're already at work? Jody, he's a security guard, so he's working shifts. As far as I understand, at least. Job, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as I understand, he's a shift worker. Security. Oh, all right. Coming back to life here. Whoa, just had a little wobble though. We're still there. All right, so let me see. I might have one short clip for you for today. What did we do? Yesterday we got into the gym. So nice. The whole family comes into the gym at least once a week. So very cool to have my wife work out. I actually coached the class on Friday that she takes, and then my mother comes in and hangs out with the girls. But a great opportunity for them to hang out around like-minded people and see, because a CrossFit box is not the real world, right? You walk out in the streets and you see a wide variety of shapes and sizes and whatever, whereas in a CrossFit box, like not everybody's a certain shape, but everybody's got that mentality that like if you want something, you work for it, right? And you dedicate yourself and you move your body and you care about your health, whereas out in the real world, you don't always see that. So, I really am appreciative and grateful for, this community that's been built, and the fact that I can bring my girls to the gym and they can experience that. So let's just see. Yesterday we were at the gym. Let's see I don't even know what I have here, to be honest. Oh yeah, this is just the girls oops. There it is. Just the girls playing at home. My wife made up a little bowls of, I think it's chia seeds and water, which turns into like almost a slime. So they're playing with slime. You see, they don't like to use chairs how you're supposed to. We like standing on chairs, but nice to see the two of them playing together and Maple not destroying anything. You can see her on the left there. And then there's my wife cutting up some vegetables, which no thanks. And then I think I actually have, let's see here. I think I have something else actually. Whether you care about this or not, this is basically after I stopped hunting, after I did my thing. You can see there is a rather large buck that's been showing up here. I don't know if this is the better picture yet. There's another picture of him. But you can see a nice old mature buck who hopefully we can, keep nice and healthy and nobody gets him while Maple, stop it. Hopefully he survives the winter and has a nice spring and all that, and maybe we can see him next year. So on that note, look at that. It's not even 6 o'clock. We are flying. But on that note, on this Saturday, just because it's the weekend doesn't mean you take a day off from your goals, right? I believe that a habit only works if you're consistent, right? The more consistent you can be with. So the word habit, in my understanding, is something that happens habitually, something that happens without thought. It's like breathing. I don't think about breathing, although some of us kind of do sometimes, especially if we have like sleep apnea. But it's the thing that you do over and over again becomes something that you can do naturally, right? We can only, the idea of multitasking is not real. You can't do two things that require thought at the same time. What ends up happening is you do this task switching back and forth. However, you can do two things at once as long as one of them doesn't require any thought. Like I can walk and talk, or, the old example of walking and chewing bubble gum, which, whatever. So the more you can, what I'm saying is the more you can create this as a habit, being, be it getting up and working out. That's the first one. And then the second one is, what do you do after you work out? The idea of habit stacking is real. What can I, I'm already in this kind of momentum sequence. What do I do next? I know for Jody, there's a sequence. There's I guess you're not walking the dogs today since you are not at home. But that would be part of the sequence. She's not thinking about what to do next. That's just the thing that happens. So if you set yourself now that every day after this session, even if you're not pushing yourself, right? Ryan, we were talking about certain days being harder than others and the body feeling beat up. Show up every morning, whether you push it or not, right? Because what's happening is you're building the habit, and then ideally that habit leads to the next habit, which is ideally sitting down and doing your most important work. But it could even just be as much as, hey, I'm going to go and meditate, or I'm going to go read 30 pages. But it's the thing that happens directly after this is stacking your habits on top of each other. And as I will say every day, the thing that you do over and over and over again, you will become the best in the world, right? Most people decide they're going to do something and maybe take step one, but most of the time they quit, right? I'm going to say it over and over and over again. If you dedicate yourself to something and work on it, even just an hour every day for a year, 3 years, 5 years, you will be incredible to the point where people search you out for that thing. So understand that anything you want is within reach if you dedicate yourself to it, and that, priming yourself with this and then having that lead directly into the habit that gets you to that goal is a cheat code. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to find any more discipline. You don't have to motivate yourself. You just sit down afterwards, do the thing. Simple, simple, simple. All right, let's see what you got here. Traditional, I'm going to blow this. Kathak. Kathak Indian dancers love flat feet. That's an interesting concept. I would like to hear about that. I'm sure, I would definitely be interested in more of that. There's no way that a flat foot is going to be more agile and more, I'm trying to think of what kind of qualities you want in dance, like explosive, bouncy. There's no way that a flat collapsed foot is going to be able to produce better movement and better results than that. And I get that in certain cultures that we've kind of, good morning, Chris, that we've, I used to hear about the Chinese people who would, what would they call it? They'd box the women's feet, whatever. They'd put them in shoes that were, a size too small or 2 sizes too small or whatever, because small feet were considered pretty. Maple, you make too much noise. That being said, is that better for your feet? No chance. So I don't know much about that, Talia, but I would assume that is definitely not the best for their ability to dance. It's probably just a cultural thing that, is looked at as beautiful or whatever, but in reality, our foot are supposed to have arches. Yeah, I'm not saying it's good. Most Indian dancers have flat feet. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, there's you think about, I've seen videos of Chinese gymnasts back in the day, and, the coach is taking a 4-year-old girl and, shoving her leg over her back, and, yeah, is that going to produce some flexibility? Sure. Is that the right way? No. I mean, who knows what the right way is, right? But, all right. What are we saying here? Ryan says, I think it's more about the gray area for health and safety rules for the coaches and owner. I'll ask next week for curiosity. What were we talking about there? Maple, stop it. Notice some double takes, doing accessory work or stretching barefoot in my box. Yeah. Okay. Well, so that's a good point, Ryan. So you're talking about health and safety for barefoot. And it's funny, people will say to you something like, well, what if you drop a weight? I'm like, your shoe is not going to protect you from a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a barbell dropping on your foot. So, maybe if you're wearing steel toes or something at the gym, but you're probably not. So I don't see much difference there. I think if you're aware when you're moving around in the gym, then you're probably going to be okay. And realistically, I haven't worn shoes in my gym for many years and without issue. So I think being aware is a huge part of that. And if you're, your coaches and staff, obviously if they've got rules, they've got rules. But for me, that'd be worth a conversation. Job, be blessed, everyone. Remember, tomorrow isn't promised. Hey, you got it. Today is a blessing. You got it. Make the most of it because you never know. That is absolutely true, dude. Talia, exactly, 100% awful. Ballet can be the same, sometimes ruthless. Yeah, I've seen some ballet movies, and what was that one back in the day? I dated a ballet dancer in high school, and I remember we watched some, I don't know if it was Center Stage or some ballet movie, and I remember just how tough they were on themselves. The eating disorders that come along with it. I think any sport or any activity at the highest level, there's going to be pressure to do things that, aren't necessarily the best for us, be it performance enhancing drugs or, whatever, not eating to be small enough to fit into it, whatever. So yeah, that's where, we have to use our decision making, our common sense to decide, hey, do I want to be in that thing and to that level that's going to, force me to do things that I don't believe in or agree with or whatever. Life is very interesting. Jody says, alarm clock, prime mind, prime the body, workout. Just that alone is gold. Oh yeah. I mean, compared to what most people are doing, you're 10 steps ahead just doing that. Because once I get to work, all hell breaks loose. with no other pattern or predictability. It's like Kitchen Rescue 911. Those are funny shows, eh? But it's true. You don't have control of what happens outside of, what you have control of. That being said, you can control your response to what happens, but that's it. You might as well take control of the time that you can, because it's very true that what happens outside of that is not up to you. So set yourself up in the morning, and especially with that mental rep that I control my responses. I will make time between stimulus and response. So whatever does happen out there that you don't control, you can ideally control your response and then end up where you want to be. I like it. I think your body can only do what it can do, and good to know when to push or stop. Yeah. I guess my accident was a blessing, negative to a positive. That's great perspective, Talia, right? There is nothing that is objectively good or bad. It just is, and we judge it, based on what we think is good or bad in our experiences. But, it just is. It just is what it is. Okay, team, let's start talking about shutting her down. The weekends are definitely a little slower. I've definitely noticed that. Less people showing up. Ow! Dog, you are just too intense. This dog is like, well, You're here every day. You see this. Okay. You're causing me anxiety, dog. All right, so tomorrow is our active recovery day. Oh, and I actually had a guy at the gym. Hopefully he'll join us on Monday. But one of our members, actually, he's been here before, Braulio, the owner of CrossFit Peru. He programmed Monday's workout for us. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I've actually done that before. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be our active recovery day. We'll go 4 movements, 20 minutes, just nice and easy moving, right? So if you're feeling sore or beat up, that's the perfect thing for tomorrow to get us set for the rest of the week. So I hope you guys all have a maple down. No, down. No, down. Stay there. Oh, okay, I hope you all have a fantastic week. Enjoy Herdfest. Megan, Jody, Jason, I hope you're not back to sleep. Yaroslav, not sure where you went, but you guys are awesome. No. Are you going vertical? You know what? That's probably a good idea. I probably should do that. I just haven't scheduled anything, but maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that 6:20. I'll do some, hanging upside down on the rings or something. That tends to get some views. All right, maybe we'll do that. Maple! Here, just come here. If you do this, then you can't be attacking me. All right, team. So, I think maybe we'll do a little vertical this morning, but otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Wow, this dog. Okay, let me just sign out of here. No. All right, peace. See you later, team.